Perl has a few functions for dealing with time, mostly for finding out what the date and the time is and for handling those variables. So let's take a look at how those work here in Perl. We'll start by making a working copy of builtins.pl. We'll call this one time.pl, and we'll go ahead and open that up. And first we'll just go ahead and get the time, and we'll create a variable called t equals time. And time is a built-in function. I don't actually need the parentheses. That'll go ahead and give me the current date and time. And what it gives me is, you'll see it's just a number. And what this is, we'll save that and run it. This is the number of seconds since midnight on January 1st, 1970. That's called the epoch, and that's the epoch used in most modern operating systems. There are some operating systems, notably older Macintosh before OS X, that use a different epoch. So most of the time what you will see when you use this function is you'll see the number of seconds since January 1st, 1970. Sometimes you may see something else. But never fear, there is a way to get the time out of this. And so we go ahead and say my now equals, and I'll say local time of t, and that will give me a variable that will tell me what the date and time is here and now. I'll print that out, I'll save that and run it. And here we have this strangely formatted Friday, March 12th at this date in the year. It's got the year over here. That's actually a standard Unixism. And of course, Perl's legacy is in Unix. And so this is the kind of a date and time. It's often used in email messages and things like that. This is just the way that somebody formatted it one day and it's stuck. And so if we want it in a different format, we can take a look at the manual page for local time. Go ahead and bring that up. And you'll see here that in a scalar context, it gives us that string that we saw. But in a list context, it gives us this array of variables. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to press Command-C on my Mac or Control-C on a PC or whatever. We'll copy that into the copy buffer. And I'm going to paste that in here like that. And now I have all of these variables. And so I can print a string with some of this stuff in it. For example, let's say I want the year and the month and the day. I'm going to use the mday variable, which is this one here, which is the day of the month. This is not actually going to give us the result that we expect. That would be too easy. Go ahead and save this and run it and show you what we get. Get a couple of things here that just look wrong. The year is not 110, and the month, I happen to know, is March. Well, you saw it in the last screen if you were paying attention. And this says that the month is 2. Now there's reasons for this, but the bottom line is that the year is the number of years since 1900. So I have to add 1900 to the year. So I'll use this little shorthand notation, say plus equals 1900. And that will give me the year that I'm expecting. So I'll save and run, and 2010 is the correct year. The month, on the other hand, is this way on purpose. And this is too because it's zero-based. So this is really convenient if I want to print out the actual name of the month. I can make an array, call it months, and put in here January, February, March, April, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. And then over here where we're printing out the month, instead of doing it like that, I need a space here. I can say months, sub-month like that. That will index this array, and it'll print out the name of the month. So the month is March, and the day is 12. So that's actually really kind of convenient. So if I wanted to here, I could print this out year and put a dash, month, and put a dash, day, and I can get the time if I want here. I can say $hour, $minute and $second and print that out. And there we have it. The second doesn't have a 0 in it, and we could do some formatting to get that correct. In a nutshell, though, that is how you get the time and the date using the local time function. Likewise, if you want to, you can, instead of local time, you can get universal time or Greenwich Mean Time. You just say GM time here instead of local time. We'll save that and run it, and that gives us the time in Greenwich Mean Time instead. So those are the time functions that Perl provides, and that's how they work.